6 of the most successful F1 teammate pairings. If F1 does manage to complete 23 races this year, then that will make Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas the second most experienced teammate pairing of all time, which is a pretty crazy stat when you think about it. The only duo who will have raced more together is Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello, and they are F1's most legendary pairing. Not because my undying love for Schumi means everything he's involved with is the best, I promise. Who else have been successful in F1? Here are 6 of the best teammate partnerships ever. Senna and Prost, 1988 to 1989. Put 2 supremely fast drivers in a team together and you will get results. Senna and Prost were unbeatable. In 1988, they only lost 1 race, but they also created one of the most vicious team environments ever. I'm kinda glad Twitter didn't exist back then. There were confrontations between the drivers all the time, most famously when they crashed into each other at Suzuka in 1989. But even though they hated each other, in the 2 years they spent as teammates, there was no hope for anyone else. It literally took Prost leaving for Ferrari to give another team a chance. They won everything, but they couldn't be in the same room together. Netflix would have had an absolute field day. Hamilton and Rosberg, 2013 to 2016. Now this teammate pairing was also pretty toxic. Lewis and Nico were best friends in karting and dreamed of winning in F1 together, but when they got to be teammates in F1, it was every man for himself. From 2014 to 2016, they won 86% of the races, 51 out of 59, a ridiculous statistic, but they were as famous for their fallouts as they were for their success. Crashes in Belgium, Spain and Austria, and a fierce hatred between the two split the team in half. Some wanted Lewis to win, the others wanted Nico. And that's not a good partnership as a team, but it made for some fantastic viewing. Hamilton and Bottas, 2017 to the present day. Definitely the most friendly of teammates in this list, maybe because they get on, or maybe because Bottas has never really taken Lewis to the wire over a championship. Either way, they've been very successful. They literally have a 100% championship record together currently, which I'd say is a win for Mercedes. There have been poor moments. In 2018, Bottas managed a massive 0 wins to Hamilton's 11 and has only finished runner-up in the championship twice. But still, a 100% championship record. Something clearly works with these two together. Schumacher and Barrichello, 2000 to 2005. The most dominant teammates in F1, Michael Schumacher won 5 of his 7 titles with Rubens Barrichello by his side. The by his side part was not simply because he was next to Michael in the garage, but Rubens was essentially Michael's rear gunner for the majority of time they were together. Michael was the clear number 1 in the team, Rubens accepted that, and it created an unstoppable machine. Vettel and Webber, 2009 to 2013. They were statistically brilliant. They had 4 titles for Vettel in the team, but really, this partnership is remembered for the meltdowns. They crashed into each other in Turkey in 2010 and things got worse from there. Mark protested the team's favouring of Seb all the time, then in Malaysia 2013, Seb ignored team orders and overtook Webber for the win. Multi-21, Seb. Webber versus Vettel was very similar to Hamilton and Rosberg. The team was split down the middle, but they still managed to pull through and dominate F1, with Vettel being the victor each season. Hakkinen and Coulthard, 1996 to 2001. McLaren were famous for being the super corporate professional team in F1. They had everything running robotically and the drivers were no different. Mika and DC were there for one thing only, and that was to be absolutely perfect members of the team. And they were. They understood their roles and would never play for the individual, but it only earned a bit of success. Even when everything seemed to be going swimmingly, they managed to throw things away. Hakkinen would make a lot of mistakes, and Coulthard wouldn't always be there to pick up on them. Still, an iconic partnership nonetheless. There you have it, the most successful F1 teammate pairing so far in Formula 1 history. Who is your favourite pairing? Let us know in the comment section below.